So here I am, sat under a railway arch on the edge of a little industrial estate at the bottom of town in Leamington. But this isn't any railway arch, it's actually the Southbound Café Bar, and I'm sat here with its co-owner and manager, Carl Harris. Hello, Carl.
Hello, Tim.
We're here, it's a tiny space inside, it's got an area for music, a stage area, it's got a few seats inside, and it's got a place outside. It's a really, really cosy venue. How long has it been running?
Since March of last year, so end of March 2024.
And what inspired you to establish the Southbound Café Bar?
A rather drunken night at Brewball Bar, just down the yard here. And it was, having had perhaps one or two too many, got talking about, wouldn't it be great if we had a wine bar down in the arches here? And my partner, Jo, she's French, and she said, well, if you're going to have wine, you've got to have cheese, you've got to have charcuterie, and this sort of idea took shape. Just over a few drinks, really, and then other people at the bar who we'd got to know, because it's a friendly sort of place, overheard the conversation and said, what's this, you're opening a wine bar? Hey guys, Carl's opening a wine bar. Hey. And that, you can imagine how the night went on and how these ideas sort of take shape. But no, it's maybe it's a sort of an English thing. It was, I've said I'm doing it, so I've got to do it now. Got to stick to my word.
Yeah, hung by your own tongue, aren't you, sometimes? So I hadn't realised that you originally were in this same unit as an engineering workshop, and you've transformed it into a bar over the last year.
Exactly, and anybody listening to this who came in those early months from the end of March when we opened through until towards the end of the summer, before all the engineering really disappeared from here. People who come in those early days will remember the smell of cutting fluid and engine oil and metal dust from work that was going on in here, and used to come in. I mean, some people used to love it. So, I love the smell of cutting fluid, and where can you go to a bar and drink a fine wine with the smell of cutting fluid and bits of engineering and bits of motorbike.
And the name, Southbound Café Bar, it's not on the motorway, clearly. What's the rationale behind that?
Although if you do search for Southbound, the first thing that comes up is M40 Southbound carriageway. But I was trying to think of a name, and it was getting closer and closer to being ready to open. And I was sat in my kitchen listening to the radio one Sunday morning, Cerys Matthews, and she played this tune. It was the Allman Brothers. A song called Southbound, with if you know it, it's a great blues rock 12-bar. It's got some honky-tonk piano in it. It's got all the sorts of vibes that I wanted to establish in terms of the music I would play. I wasn't actually familiar with that particular song, although if you listen to the album, everybody knows the next track on the album because it's Jessica, the theme for Top Gear. So I thought, what a great song, what a great vibe. It's everything I want to be, the sort of stuff I want to be listening to, and what a great name, Southbound. And it fits in several ways. One, we're in the south of town. The railway line that we watch the trains go by, and the freight trains now, they kind of hoot as they come past. It's the southbound line. Jo, my partner, is from the south of France. Whenever we go away, we're always southbound. And our vibes here are about music is sort of southern US music, blues and jazz, bluegrass and stuff. And we just it just seemed to fit everything about it, Southbound. And it's stuck, and people seem to be talking about it.
Great, a very layered answer. I wasn't expecting all of that in there. So
Well.
That's fantastic. And you're talking about the sort of vibe that you're aiming for here. You've clearly, even after you've got a really loyal following, a lot of people rave about it here. And so tell us what your secret sauce is. What's the recipe you're trying to deliver here that gives a special experience for people?
I think it's just that we are ourselves. Jo and myself, and now Toby and Lauren, who also take their turns behind the bar and running the place. Perhaps it's just our personalities where we just try and be friendly to people as much as possible. There are always one or two we have to be a little bit firmer with from time to time. But the nice thing about being down here in the Railway Arch is you've got to really want to come here. It's a bit out of the way. It's not the next bar along the high street if you're going through the town painting it red. It's people who don't mind trudging through an industrial estate to go to what in other people's words is a little gem.
So you're absolutely right. If you come here, you've made a decision to come here. You're not going to stumble past.
Stumble upon it.
That's right. And I can see behind the bar you've got a huge selection of bottles of wines going out there. You say it's charcuterie plates really is your focus in terms of food.
Well, the cheese. It's cheese that most people come here for if it's food. Cheese and Aubrey Allen pork pies. But the wines, we've got 3 different wine suppliers, and it's all continental quality wines that we've tested. Could I also mention we also have continental beers?
Yes.
Because people don't necessarily see straight away when they walk in that we've also got 5 taps. And it was Toby who was responsible for bringing beer to us, and probably that the growth that's gone with it, because frankly more people drink beer than drink wine. I'm sorry to say. I wish people would just go for the wine, but a bit of both.
Fantastic. And of course that's beautifully paired with live music. Tell us a little about the sort of music that you select for performance here.
Music, I always wanted to have, if I was going to have a bar, I wanted to have music. Blues, jazz, sort of southern American music is I like all sorts of music, but I do like seeing that sort of stuff performed, and we already knew a few sort of blues and jazz musicians. So we now have live music every Saturday night, more often than not now on Fridays. Also Sundays we have a sort of jazz lounge on a Sunday afternoon, and other evenings as well are creeping up. So working our way towards live music of one sort or another, pretty much every night or every day. And back to the name Southbound, we cheekily ask bands to play a version of Southbound, and we've had some amazing, some off the wall versions, some quite authentic and some completely stylized and interpreted in different ways. We've had very slow folky versions of Southbound, and we've had rocking jazzy versions of it. So even bands who are predominantly original material will still slip in a cheeky cover of Southbound.
Excellent. So you could have your entire Southbound album coming out soon with different variations of that theme.
We're working on that. We're working on doing some live recordings, and there will be some compilations of bits and bobs, and maybe at one point there'll be a compilation of all sorts of versions of Southbound. I'm not sure anybody would want to listen to.
You could get fatigued, I guess, eventually.
That's maybe it's a bit much.
And so, I mean, clear, a year and a bit on, it seems like you're loving it. It seems like you're enjoying the experience.
It's good fun. It's 99%, even when it's hard work. It's good fun. It's very rewarding. And hearing what people say about us, it gets you here, it does.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Is there a particular evening recently that you can think back to and go, actually, this is what this is all about. This is this at its best. This is what the vision really turned into.
If you've ever heard Chris Gibbons on guitar, he's a superb blues and jazz guitarist, and he was playing slide guitar, and everybody was listening. Everybody just stopped. It was pretty much standing room only by then. And the atmosphere of getting taken up in the music and in the whole vibe and atmosphere of that, again, was, it's moments like that. And that was one, but there have been many.
It's spine-tingling, isn't it, when that happens and suddenly there's a moment of magic.
It's tear-jerking, frankly, Tim. Sometimes I stand behind the bar with tears streaming down my eyes because I'm just so moved by it.
So people can come to the website and find out what's up and coming in terms of.
Yeah, there's a listing on the website with I think it takes you to the next 3 months. We're actually booked up way into October towards November now, so there's plenty more coming that you won't see on the website until it scrolls down, if you like. You can also, we've got obviously Instagram, where you can have a look and see what we're sort of promoting on there as well, and things that have gone in the past as well, to give you an idea of what it's like.
Terrific. And is there anything up and coming that you particularly want to draw anyone's attention to today?
Bolo Head is it's a 7-piece. I don't know how we're going to fit them in here. That's going to be interesting. Oh, well, we've done it before. We've had big bands in here. That's on the 4th of July. So that's definitely one to come down for. Then in the late summer, in September, we've got a whole weekend with a lot more, with 2 bands every night. And then in October, we're also doing a sort of a jazz weekend with 2 or 3 acts through the Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So there's sort of key points like that, which are real focuses where we just really overload ourselves with good music. But every weekend, there's different people every weekend who are super. I ought to shout out to 2 Piece Blues, who Tom and Rich were our very first band. Always good to, every month, first Saturday of the month, come and see 2 Piece Blues. They're playing this Saturday, yeah.
Terrific. So first Saturday of the month, and then lots of stuff, as you say, coming up, major events. Go see the website.
Go to the What's On page on our website.
Terrific. So, Carl, thank you so much for inviting us in to come and talk to you today. It's been fascinating to hear about your journey so far, how it all came to be. I can still get a tiny whiff of machine oil, actually.
It's probably soaked into the floor somewhere.
Yeah. And lots to look forward to coming up ahead. So we look forward to that. Thank you very much.
Cheers.